Hey guys, welcome to Mystical 33. My name is Ray, and in this one here, you can see we are going to look into the questions that were requested down in the comment box in the last video. We got questions in there, so I'm going to ask them. I do have my phone on the side here, as you can kind of see here. I usually type them up, but somebody just left one up about an hour from me recording this, so I'm like, okay. Like, one, you are not the only one that wants to know, sister. So, or my friend. So let's look, because it's deep, it's dark, and honestly, I think it's going to be a lot. There's a lot more to it. A lot more. I think our I'm trying to think of how to say it. I'm worried for our future when it comes to AI. You're probably wondering, why am I talking about that with this? So I seen, oh man, it was a while. I probably saved under my watch list, but I've been saving so much because of the election. I can't remember the podcast name. It starts with the R. It's like randomma. Anyways, they're a really good podcast, really good, reliable source. So not somebody I would simply doubt. Okay, like, they do deep research and they have separate podcasts to speak about it. So I caught one and they discussed about how they found out was that Epstein had a big pocket in Africa with AI projects involving young children. Also, side note, I'm gonna need you guys to share the shit out of this video because, like, okay, the last video was 100 and whatever, 2 views, something like that. It changes. So I'm eager to do this. It's gonna be dark, but we're gonna start off with the demon deck here. And I would like to also ask them if the videos, if there's tapes that are going to come out, because, or even if there was some footage of the interrogation when they were asking him questions. I wouldn't doubt if there was some footage that was kept out and would be revealed. Knowing our government, the way they've been with it, I really wouldn't doubt it, to be honest with you. So just a heads up, I will be having to use the book for this deck because I'm still learning it, but it's the demon deck. The one question we have here is, what are the names? I won't be able to. Maybe we can do. I have Scrabble pieces here, so maybe we can get a few here and get some. Could you give us initials for Epstein's list? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll flip them all over. Y'all can screenshot it, whatever. This one's a blank, so I'll put that one here. Can you see it? Okay. Okay. Leave that there for a little bit. y'all want to pause, screenshot for the future, because Congress is determined to get the list, to get information. So this is going to be a long, drawn-out process because there's a lot of intelligences that are involved. If there's any type of intelligence that can be learned or observed, the intelligences would be interested in learning more. I kind of see the blank one as moving forward, like continuing on, like there's more to what came out. Okay. Where to start is what I'm really kind of asking myself. I didn't come in with a plan here. I do want to know if there's going to be justice too. Will they be brought down to have basic consequences? Will everything be taken from them? That's what I want to know. Okay. What's going to be the outcome of all the evidence, all the documentation of Epstein's list, or how would we put it, antics? Will be the outcome of Epstein's antics being all public knowledge? What will be the outcome for Jeffrey Epstein's antics with public knowledge? Well, just by looking at them. So this one here, the first one, they do frown upon you mispronouncing their names. So excuse me in advance. I'm sorry. I'm thus, yes. I'm trying to think Latin. I know he's famous for what celebrities usually call upon to become famous. And this gentleman here, Barbados, usually has some form involved as well. Excuse me, reach as I grab a book. He focuses on musical endeavors, including composing and musical inspiration. I mean, it is kind of being orchestrated. Barbados here focus on closeness to the natural world and understanding of plants and animals. For IPUS, focus on long-term strategy and quick thinking when plans change, excuse me. So, musicians involved. Also, I do see it as there's just shit that's orchestrated, manipulated. If you're not picking up what orchestrated means, like there's a plan involved and having quick thinking involved. It's so there will be acknowledgement of people, things, like skeletons coming out of the closet. But there are people who are going to hide. There are people that are going to hide behind words, like denying. They'll just deny it to the end. There's also people that are not going to be able to deny it because there's so much factual information to it that they will have no other choice but to run and hide, like physically hide. But that's not receiving full justice, right? It's interesting is we don't have the financial demon that comes out, the accountant. Because if he would have came out, I would have said that they would pay, to hide their names. But it doesn't look like they have that immunity here this time around. Somebody was eliminated in the swamp yard that had the strong ability. I want to know who that person is. Because suddenly, like, Congress wants to get involved. Why now after so many years? I mean, this case has been open how long? Or, it's been public knowledge, I should say. Could you give us the insight here, please? Certainly thought of, stuck on the mind, yeah, with the public, but also closing out a cycle. See, the world is going to continue in placing energy into it because there's passion and wanting to hear this truth, speak the truth, and take action, necessary steps, holding on tight to the project. The public and the world is not going to give up until, holding on very tightly to learning about this because it's something that is needed to know. There's value to it. There are certain hold on. I wonder what his brother's sign is. Because Epstein is on the cusp. Could you give us insight on what's going to happen here? Something that's just going to be watched and trying to control the speed of this path because it's been swindled. Everybody's going to be watching with a very close eye. because there's things that people see valuable and they want to know if it is a chain connection, has some sort of connection to this issue. It's going to continue on for a while. The public is out for justice. We're going to ask a few more questions here. Okay, so now let's ask if they will face consequences. Will the people involved with Jeffrey Epstein face consequences? Will those who were involved I don't think so. I think there's some that are going to run away and get away with it. But it's moving too quickly for them. It's like spiraling out of control for them, for these people. So they're having a panic attack and doing what they can with what short amount of time apparently they have. Losers. Like, if you weren't so freaking disgusting and psychotic, like, one would not be in said position. I don't understand some people. Apparently I forgot the alphabet here. So bear with me for a moment here. Thank you. It says here, creativity is destruction, yet these two things are not mutually exclusive. Creation and destruction are continuous, sometimes cynical. This dark side of creativity is indicated when the rainbow snake is drawn in reverse. One thing will have to be destroyed in order to create something else from it. We know it's the dark side. But this card here is saying they're having a panic attack because it says about trying to seize the reins and think before you run. The Eastern Dragon hurtles itself downward after its fiery orb, falling upside down in the process. Will it lose its wealth and power? Whether it does or does not, the dragon compromises its own dignity in desperation. This inverted card symbolizes uncertainty, insecurity, or fear regarding one's financial state or social status. Wow. So that's intense. It's like they have their hands tied behind their back. They really are panicking. The people that are involved with the resources and the stuff that's going to be coming out is still going to trickle out. As it trickles out to us, there's more going on behind the scenes. Finally, things are being done. Something's being done here. Will these people face their consequences? Will the people that have, all right, starting back off with the rainbow snake in reverse, went out at the dragon. Yeah, there's our dragon. Minotaur and an upright. This one here, there is a lot to say for it. I'll read the last paragraph, but it says, it may seem daunting, but it is indeed possible to overcome the Minotaur. Let us learn from these theses how to defeat the beast. We must use our, okay, so they're going to use cleverness, the ability to learn from the past and learn new lessons along the way. They're coming up with a plan. If they do not defeat the Minotaur, then we run away from the problem and abandon our quest. I can't stop thinking about Mark Zuckerberg and his damn underground thing. I know he's not the only one, but I'm just saying, like, that was a lot more public than I was expecting it to be. Or viral, I should say. Yet, when we succeed, we reach a new level of self-understanding. We become stronger, in a sense, a hero, their own hero. So they're running and hiding here. They're worried about everything, their social status, everything, financial status. Here they're making plans to defeat this. They are panicking. They are shitting bricks because shit's hitting the fan for them here with the scenario, the situation. Things are really coming up to the surface here, at least trying to us. There is already other things there to the surface, but on the other side of our fence of this, okay? So this is a situation that they're trying to defeat, but not only them, but also our Congress. I can see mainly Congress coming in with balls of fire here. All right, for the chimera here, for the upright, I'll read the last paragraph. It says, as a multi-headed composite beast, multi-head, okay? Baal also has multi-heads too. He has 3. The chimera can also represent a group of individuals. They may be close friends, co-workers, or colleagues, or perhaps family members. Each one brings something very different to the team, and together they are a force to be reckoned with. Yet, as is characteristic of the chimera, there is a potential weakness from within. Drawing this card may be a warning of conflict or incompatibility between close associates in your group. So I do see them all, like, I think I mentioned this last time, like, hey, can you help me out? Um, what, like asking for advice, asking for help, because out of panic and fear, not knowing what to do, not having a plan B, if you would. It's disgusting that it could be. I don't want to think about that route. Anyways, but the people that they ask help for are not going to be as friendly, I guess. It's like, you know how they want us to fight against each other? That's what's going to happen with them. They're having their own civil war right now because of this, but amongst each other. It's kind of funny. Ironic, isn't it? What you put out there really comes back, huh? The Cyclops in reverse, an important piece of wisdom from the past, has been overlooked. Now something is not quite right due to a neglectful error of someone's forward moving ambition. Sometimes the nagging old fogey is right. Do not always dismiss the ways of the past or the advice of your elders. Newer is not always better, and the younger are not automatically smarter than the old. Oh, wow. So the ones who, okay, wow, that's really disgusting. Okay, how to explain, I'm sorry. The way it came. Um, it's like those who are in the game the longest. It's like they've been like kind of either something fishy came along or they caught on to something and like there's some sort of red flag. So they've already prepared for it, but still shitting bricks about it. Basically dealing with the conflict part. Now the newcomers, disgusting. Um, they're really shitting bricks because they're going to be easily, I want to say, shot down first because they were not prepared. Um, Again, if you wouldn't be such an idiot, like disgusting and foul, then would not be in such atrocity. I am using all sorts of oracle cards tonight. I don't normally do this if you guys are new here. Or I don't normally read like this, but I am today. Whew. Is there going to be true justice for the victims? The rattlesnake, the experiences that you're present presently presently going through are an intuition into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. So it's like there is going to be some form of justice. We have the boar at the bottom here. Face the problems head on with confidence and courage and will emerge victoriously. Okay, so there is going to be some form of justice here for sure, um, for the victims. And not only that, but also having as much as possible acknowledgement of this case, this situation, this because there's so much more that's going to be involved with it. Just having it all as public knowledge is bringing awareness to the public, and it also helps open up people's eyes to other things, connecting the pieces like, oh, well, this makes sense now. And that's what I am really picking up strongly for the world side of it, for the victim side of it, with them going forward as strong as they are, they will feel as though that they are victorious. And that's good because that means that they are getting somewhere. They're taking more steps. We will hear about it later. But what's going on right now behind the scenes, what we don't know right now, they're coming in with this rattlesnake energy. Like they don't care. They're out, they're out for it. And they want others to come up as well, speak up. But I do see other things coming out to the point where these people, they're panicking. Panicking. They're trying to defeat, because this is coming in strong. The victims is the Minotaur here. These people have several heads. And this Minotaur is coming in. Seems as though they have the ability to knock down more than one of these heads here that these people have. The three heads could be, if they're like an actor, just as an example, we have the body here with the chimera as the lion, right? That's the main body source. So that's what we see. That's the physical part. That's even, we could say, what they have at home. Okay, what they would present at home, visually at least, okay, in our eyes, in our aspect. This goat here could be like, we'll just say, they're acting. We see them in their movies, in their shows, in their interviews, whatever. Okay, paparazzi. And then we have the snake here hiding all the way in the back. He's a devious one. He's the dark one. He's the one, that energy, that part of the chimera that doesn't want to be exposed, because once it's exposed, it's really just back down to this here. Just kind of another person. Except you'll have this attachment to your name now. And then, once the snake is lobbed off, the goat's lobbed off, because the lion's face has a bad rep now. It's been exposed. The truth has been exposed. Now, doesn't want to pursue in the face of whatever is presented with this goat energy, because the snake one here has been exposed, which lobbed it off, and now it's going to wind up lobbing off the goat, exposing the lion down to its own physical form, which is going to make the lion go from feeling strong to feeling weak. And that's why they're panicking, because they know that it's a domino effect for them. These people that are hiding, the people that are involved, the suspects, I guess you would say. Oh my God, it's just so disgusting and dark. I know there's so much more to it, so much more. I have a theory. I have a couple of theories on the dude. Like, sure, he could have been, somebody could have came in and, handled business. I don't believe it that he did it on his own. No way. Also, I think his brother knows more than what he's putting out already. Like, I think there's a little bit more there, possibly. Um, but I also think that there's a good chance that somebody had contacted him somehow, and maybe even showed up and was like, "Hey, this is how we're gonna do it," or "How do you want to do this?" And he could be in the tunnels. And if that's the route, shame, shame. What a disgrace, especially in our Like, this is the like, yeah, America's just a joke. Anyways, so this is where I'm going to leave this off at. We did go a little sporadic, a little wild here. I don't normally go all over the place in my videos. I usually take timestamps, and I won't be able to do that here because I just went through it all. Trying to think. Keep putting down questions. I don't think there were names that were deleted. No, I wouldn't. I don't think there's names that were deleted. I think there's names that were avoided being brought to surface and did their best and everything that they could to prevent their name being exposed and their face being exposed to this. But they did what they could, and now they have no more immunity. It's all over. The jig is up. I wonder what it was that made this judge suddenly like doing this. That was also after JP Morgan Bank was exposed. Ain't that funny? Anyways, you guys, if you did find yourself enjoying this, please do me a favor, hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, my friends, auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye.